Hi guys, Geocaching here, and today I'm in the Lee in Buckinghamshire near Tring and Aylesbury. I'm going to a carol service this evening that Rimini is playing at, so I thought I'd find some geocaches in the nearby area while she's rehearsing, so wish me luck. So the first cache I'm trying today is a church micro multi-cache, and I need to go around and look at some headstones and get some dates. Once I've got all that, I can work out the coordinates and find the cache. Just finished getting all the data I needed for the final coordinates of the multi-cache. This church behind me, the St John the Baptist Parish Church, is a bit unusual in the fact that it has a Victorian building behind me, made out of red bricks, and it dates from the 1867. It has an older church that dates to the 12th century. It has a stained glass window that depicts Oliver Cromwell and John Hampden as champions of liberty, which is a bit unusual. So just walking to the old medieval church now. So here's the old 12th century building. It's a bit unusual because there seems to be an altar and pews outside, which I've never seen before. There seems to be an outdoor altar and pews. Yes, this church building dates back to the 12th century. There's a common thing in the UK that a lot of these village churches are actually open to the public at weekends and during the weekdays, but I don't think this one will be open as it's not the main church building anymore. So the concert this evening I'm going to with Rimini is in the old Victorian building, or in a new Victorian building. And this one, not sure what happens in this one. I'm not sure if they still use it, but it's just quite cool that there's two buildings acting as the same church in one parish. After a bit of searching about and jumping around different trees and stuff, I finally found the cache. It's a small bison tube in an ivy covered tree. So I'll take my log out, sign it and pop it back for the next person to find. So I found that church cache after a bit of searching. The concert starts in about an hour and a half, so I've got a bit of time to find a few more caches in the area. There's a few about, but a bit of a walk, so I'm going to try and find them as quick as possible. Wish me luck. So just approaching the next cache. There should be a small container, and I think I can spot it already. Just in here, a clip lock box. Let's see what's in it. There's a rather damp looking log, some crayons and some other stuff, but that's quite a lot of water inside the container. I'll drain it out, sign log, pop it back for the next person to find. So I'm at ground zero for the next geocache, and I think I can see it already. So this cache was listed as a regular cache, and I just think it's a small. So here it is, a black container. Let's see what's inside. So I've opened up the container, and it looks to be another damp one. So there's some water in there, and a logbook. I'll try and sign that if I can. Leave it for the next person to find. So unfortunately this log was too wet and damp to sign. There was a Kinder Surprise container in there, so I thought, oh, maybe they put the log in there to help a bit of it be a bit more waterproof. Sadly not, it's just full of small toys. So as I can't sign my name, I'm going to leave one of my swag tokens to say I've been here. I'll leave it in there, and I'll say that this needs a bit of maintenance on the cache page. So after taking a bit of a detour by misreading my map, I finally made it to the next ground zero. Here's the cache. Quite a bit bigger, I think, this time. Let's see if it's any more waterproof. So I think this is part of a series around the woods here. So it's a fake £20 note and logbook, some crayons and some other bits, but I'll sign the logbook, leave one of my signature tokens, and leave it for the next person to find. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to call this on a DNF. So I'm at ground zero. The hint was under the bark at a fallen tree. So there's been quite a few DNFs in the last year and a half. There's only been about 2 or 3 finds in between all those DNFs. Running out a bit of time because the concert's in about half hour, and all I've found so far is a fallen tree with lots of bits of bark. So I've searched all underneath there, couldn't find anything. There also seems to be a carrow net here for some reason. So I think I'm just going to call this a DNF. Hopefully try and find one more cache before the concert. I think this will be the final cache of the day. So the hint was underwater. I think I found it. I think it's actually a bit frozen. Maybe it's under ice. So here is the container. Bit of brambles. There's the geocache container, largest one so far. Let's see what's inside. Quite a large logbook. That seems to be about it. So I'll sign log and put it back and walk back to the church for Rimini's concert.